Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett. We haven't got Trev for this video, but we do have glorious sunshine. So I'm going to take advantage and show you a feeling that one of the top coaches in the world gave me when I was playing on tour. I've never done this video, never shown this feel before. So I'm looking forward to it. Got the flight scope up and running. Going to get the other camera set up and I'll see you in a bit. Okay everyone, so when I was playing on tour, I'd say the strength of my game was my short game. I had a good looking swing, I could hit the ball, I was a good striker, but I didn't really have any knowledge like I have now about why and what the club does under speed. I went to a lot of top coaches. Whenever I kind of encountered a dip in form, which was quite regular, I didn't really know how to get out of it. So I practiced hard, and looking back, I probably practiced on the wrong things because I'd never really understood it. But I went to a coach. I had I think I had a drink with him, and it was Bob Torrence. He's a very well-known coach, quite old school, and I like old school ability to put it across simply, I think. So I asked Bob a few questions because I kind of, like I said, I was like dipping in and out of form quite regular. So I would kind of pick his brains a little bit. And I always remember one statement he said to me in his Scottish accent, which I won't try and do. He said, "Warren," he said, "you're 6'4". But at impact, I want you to look 5'4". And I kind of picked his brains about what that meant. But I always remember that statement he said, and we're going on 25 years ago probably now. So I'm going to show you what I think he meant there. Trapdoor to fall into is if you're a slicer of the ball, this may not be for you. It's always good to have a look anyway, but don't layer everything that I say on top of your swing. But I would say this is more of an elite player's feeling. I'm 6'4". You don't have to be 6'4" obviously to do this, but what he's saying at impact is he didn't want you to feel or look high and long. You can see there. Now this is what I mean about picking and choosing what's right and wrong. If you're a slicer of the ball and over the topper, probably not for you. You probably need to look a little bit taller and introduce a little bit more arms. So like I say, this is probably more for the elite golfer, but hey, love you to keep watching. What Bob said is 6'4", I want you to look 5'4". So you want me to really feel like I was compact, and you can see there the angles I've got. I've kept the angle between my bottom half and my spine angle. Someone who doesn't keep that angle, so I'm going to keep looking tall throughout my entire swing. But I'm limiting myself, so this is where that type of swing will be quite good for the beginner and the slicer of the ball. Someone who's lacking a little bit of mobility. Right, so remember, this is more for the elite golfer. Into impact, what you're looking for, you're looking to create angles. What you're looking for, you're looking to kind of increase that. Now, if you increase that, you can see to now, I've got to keep my right arm in, because if I don't, I'm going to dump it and hit the ground. And you can see, keeping my right arm in, keeping it into my side, is going to give me that compression. You can see there from the front view, albeit exaggerated, I've got my hands well ahead of the ball, arms in, you can see that between my right forearm and club shaft. Really going to create that compression. But that compression and that angle, that lag comes from spine angle. So you can see there what Bob said to me, keeping myself and getting myself looking really small at impact, really compact, keeping my arms in close to me. Okay, so let's hit one like that and show you before and after. So there's my address position. I really feel like I'm going to compress down, really going to rotate. You can see what my legs are doing. I'm opening up, keeping my right arm in, really going to feel low through the ball. Trying to really feel like I'm kind of really staying over the ball. You can see my backside there. I'll hit another one. See my backside isn't going out towards the ball, which will make me look really tall, as you can see there. It's really getting away from me. So you can see in the transition, I'm really kind of feeling like this little power squat. And then I can really feel like that right arm's going to stay in. You can see from the behind view there, got a nice gap between my arms. So in the transition on this shot, I want you to look for this kind of little power squat. You can see basically it's keeping my head where it is, and my backside is going back behind me, and you can see this little compression squat I've got in my hips here. So I want you to see this with this swing. It's a little bit heavy, a little bit left. You can see I'm starting to ramp up the speed, 152, which is nowhere near my full at the moment. Bit of arthritis in my thumbs, it's not ideal. So I'm really going to squat, and this is this little internal combustion of this engine. This is where this kind of elite feeling, as you can see, a lot of elite golfers have this kind of squatting, this power squeeze they've got here. They're really kind of layering pressure into this club here. It allows that kind of squat 5'4" look. So Bob, I've never forgot you saying that to me. Hit that a little bit out the toe. Okay, so let's just keep hitting. Really work on keeping it nice and light in my arms. Really going to work on some really squat. Really going to feel like basically I've got some crease. And I'm creating some crease in my pockets there. There you go, you can see my legs aren't getting taller and straighter. They're kind of getting more kind of flex in there. It's exaggerated, but you see a lot of pros that way at impact. You don't ever see them throwing their hands and arms past, which a slicer of the ball would need to do. Pretty much elite golfers do that too much anyway, so they need to layer this into their swing here, keeping that compression all the way through. Impact, hands ahead. Let's get some squat in there. Really going to look small. That felt a little bit better than the previous one. Bob Torrence. I'm 6'4". I want to look 5'4", and to do that, I've got to create more angles. The angles I've got there is exaggerated, but that's going to be my feel. That was my best one so far. I'm starting to kind of, 155. That's probably 165 in the real world. Something like that, 160. Because if you can keep angles, you can keep your spine angle over it a little bit more, you can create that kind of compression, you can keep your arms working with your body. You can see there, my right elbow is into my side. From on the follow through, it's going to stay into my side. Feeling anyway, it never will. There's only been a few people in history that have got that connection all the way through. Hogan being one, I think. I'll put a slow motion. Obviously feel and real are going to be two different things. It's going to be nowhere near where I'm feeling. Feel and real, you need to change it a little bit. My backside going back, you can see there. I'm not going the other way. Really pulling back. It allows this arm to drop, allow this right arm to drop into my side. I can really feel this kind of squat. Look how small I look there. You'd have some sort of flexibility to do that. Okay, let's go for it. Nice and light. Really feel like I got through that a little bit better. So, remember what Bob said. I'm 6'4", you don't have to be obviously 6'4", but smaller at impact for you elite golfers. That gives you a bit more connection on the way through with you and the golf club. Because you've got your arms disconnected, which you will need if you're a slicer of the ball and you lack speed. But if you're an elite golfer, you need connection. You need that balance, remember. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. What this video is and what this channel is here for you is for you to not only get better at golf, obviously, but it's for you to understand the golf swing. And like I said at the start of the video, when I was playing, I didn't really understand it. I think technology back then obviously was very limited. We're talking 90s, especially my growing up days as well. I had a natural swing and I could hit it, but I didn't really know. When it started going wrong, I didn't really know how to correct it. And that's the secret with golf. And that's the secret of playing good, consistent golf and enjoyable golf, isn't it? Because when we're on the golf course and it goes wrong, and it always will go wrong, it's a game you can't master, we need to know how to kind of get ourselves back on those train tracks and get ourselves back on the straight and narrow again. So this is what the channel is here for, hopefully, is to give you the understanding really of why that ball does what it does and why it's doing what it's doing. Any comments, I'd love to hear from you. So if this is something of interest to you, I'd love to have you to subscribe. Thank you very much. And if you're a regular subscriber, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, thank you so much for your support. It's so appreciated. So from myself and a very sunny UK, so I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. The forecast for the next week is a little bit wet, unfortunately, but I'll get out and do videos for you as much as I can. So from myself and a sleepy Trev inside the house, we bid you farewell. Have a great golfing week, everyone. Stay healthy on and off the golf course, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.